Have you guys ever wanted to build a sleeper PC? Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll show you a guide on how to make the ultimate sleeper PC. If you guys don't know what a sleeper PC is, it's a very good system but in a cheap case, like an office case. And disclaimer, this will only include a PC. Every price is in Canadian dollars and this guide does not have a budget. So first let's start with the case. Since this is a sleeper PC, I went with an office looking case from Antec, the 3000E. Going for $51, it has two optical drive slots and supports a mini and micro ATX motherboard. In the front of the case it has two 3.0 USB ports and a headphone and microphone jack. The case doesn't have a glass side panel and you will need to mount the power supply at the top, and the case includes only one fan. Now the CPU. Since there's no budget, I went with the Ryzen 7 3700X. It's a really good CPU. It's $469 but it's worth it. The CPU has 8 cores and 16 threads, and the max boost of it is 4.4 GHz, and the base clock of it is 3.6 GHz. The socket type is AM4 and comes included with a Wraith Prism RGB cooler. It's a 3rd gen CPU, but even though it's almost like $500, it's a very high performing CPU, and I really recommend this processor if you want over 100 plus FPS on modern games. For the GPU I chose the MSI GTX 1660 Ventus XS. It's a 6GB card GDDR5 and has one HDMI port and 3 display ports. The GPU is a dual fan and is the compact size to fit in any case. Combined with a Ryzen 3700X, this system will give you good performance. I will link the benchmark to the GPU and CPU combo in the description, and it's going for around $300. The Corsair Vengeance RGB RAM is very good. It's rated at 3200 MHz and is 16 GB, but you can get up to 128 GB. The top of it is RGB and comes in black or white, so it will look clean in any setup. The 16 GB version comes in 2 sticks and obviously is DDR4. It's going for $133, and if you have a motherboard like an Asus that has an application where you can change the colors from the RGB in your build, you can change the colors of the RAM like Asus has Aura Sync. The motherboard I went with is the MSI B450M Pro VDH Max. Its micro ATX motherboard supports 2nd and 3rd gen CPUs and it has 4 DIMM slots. The limit for the RAM is 65 GB and has one M.2 SSD slot. The board has one LAN port, 8 USB ports, and one HDMI, DVI, and VGA port, and 3 HD audio connectors. The board goes for $134. I chose a power supply that will be future-proof, so I went with the Corsair AX850, which is an 80 plus titanium. It's fully modular, which will be easier to cable manage, and it has a button for 0 RPM mode. The PSU weighs 4.43 pounds, and that's really it about the power supply. It's $270. The hard drive and SSD I went with was the M.2 Samsung 970 EVO 500GB SSD, going for $160, and a 1TB WD HDD going for $60. Now last but not least, the case fans. Since this is not a flashy build with a bunch of RGBs, I went with a Noctua NF P12. The cable is a 4-pin and noise level is 25.1 decibels and is 120 millimeters, with the color being gray and going for $18 per fan. And that's all guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and also don't forget to like. I'm trying to reach 500 subs by the end of 2021, so help me get that goal, and bye guys.